Oh, peace and love. Welcome to the beautiful day. What up? What up? What up? That's it. So, perspectives. Let's call this a perspective walk. Alright, we'll say perspective walk. Bang. Post. Let me see. Can I pin that? Let me pin this. Pin comment. Ooh, perspective talks. Okay. What's good? What's up, world? Yo, look at this shit going crazy. Look at this. I still got one dread though. Just gotta get the rest back. These free forms, man. These free forms. Now, what's up? How y'all doing? Everyone good? Bruh, do you hear that bird? Yo, it's beautiful, right? Bro, if you haven't taken a second today, yo, just take a second, look around, and say thank you. Take a second, look around, and say thank you. We don't do that enough. Take some time today and tell someone you're grateful for them. Did you tell someone you were grateful for their presence today? Did you tell someone that just their presence alone was a present for you at some point? Did you? Did you let someone feel that? That's a good feeling, right? You ever let someone tell you, yo, it was cool. That was great to see you today. That's beautiful, yo. You gotta share that with people. What's today's topic? Today's topic is called the perspective walk. Perspective walks, right? Now, what's a perspective walk? A perspective walk is a time when I walk around and I give you my perspective on things. I try and talk about truths that are going on within my reality. So maybe if one of you guys are going through a similar truth in your reality at the moment, hey, we could come together and make that shit happen, right? There's a lot of things that today on the spring equinox, we should be grateful and glorious for it, right? You should be grateful for the sun returning. The sun's coming back into Aries, right? Your mind, your head is coming back to you, right? The full moon in Libra. Well, there was a lot of Virgo energy last night, I'm gonna be honest though. Well, how are you using that? The spring equinox is coming to bring balance this year, right? How that falls is pretty beautiful, right? So what do those things mean in your life? How do you take advantage of Aries? How are we gonna take advantage of Aries season? Especially for the conscious beings. How are you gonna take advantage of Aries season and make that shit move? Because everyone felt that fire come back into their chest. I see it. Like I peep. If you look at social media right now, and you look at any person, right, they're flexing at their highest right now. Cause that sun's coming back, boy. The sun's back, boy, up here. We gotta get out of here though. So that's coming on to my next topic. Let's get the hell out of the northern hemisphere. Oh, almost there. Shortly, right? Shortly. But yeah, in my reality, I've been going through some things. In good ways though. In good ways, but that's why this is a perspective talk today. Because perspectives is something that we all deal with on a day-to-day basis in such a real way, right? Quantum real every single day, right? All these perspectives. That's one of those things. I was talking to someone recently about relationships, and I was like, yo, if you want to be in a good relationship, they're like, oh, I don't know. I said, just check your partner's self-speak. If you see your partner self-speak and you see how your partner talks to themselves, that tells you if you guys are going to be in a good relationship or not. Facts right from the beginning. Peace, queen. Hey, Epi, what's good, boy? Yo, you're the littest dancer, bro. Littest, bro. I watch you. Like, oh, this dude, you're killing it, right? Anyway, how you getting back with your mind? What's your partner's self-talk? What's the self-talk of the beings around you, man? That's one thing not everyone grasps. And that's like one of the quick ones, right? That whole like, yo, my subconscious thinks we're all one. The illusion of separation, right? We got to start to grasp that. Because the illusion of separation is the thing that's really keeping us stagnant as people and in relationships. Mainly in relationships, bro. Mainly in relationships. The idea of separation is the illusion is destroying us. Because we get into situations with partners. Think about it. Every time you and your partner come to a mistake, a mistake, right? A misunderstanding. Mistake is just a misunderstanding, right? Because like everyone's seen a movie before. Take one, lights, camera, action, right? That's where we're at, right? So if you get a mistake, that's just like you buffed up a scene real quick, right? So it's time to get back in it. But how many times are you in a relationship with someone and the second you have a mistake, they take themselves away? They take separation, right? You're supposed to be making up for what you're mistaking, right? And people don't grasp that, because I was with someone recently. We were trying to create something, right? Trying to create. And you come to the point where it's like, yo, two people can only be in a relationship for as much as the other person is willing to understand that person. Just simply. All things come down to understanding. It's a fact. I gotta thank the Chief for that, because that's real. Love is understanding so much, right? Love is so much understanding. Why is it that way though? How come? Because every single step of life has perspective, has intention. We like to forget about these things. Every step of life has intention on it, which is the thought that you have to have, right? Because the same act happens in two ways. That's why when people try and tell you like sex is the devil, crazy. I'm trying to tell you this is the devil, that's the devil. What's the intention behind what it is all the time? It's the intention behind it which creates it, makes it a low frequency act or high frequency, right? But you only can understand that about your partner if you take the time to understand, right? Because you got to sit down and weigh out the intentions of actions. Because you ever been in one of those, I've been in this position, you ever like help someone with some shit? And then because like, okay, I had this one time when I remember I was in high school, right? We had basketball practice. I was back home. I used to live in the city. The school I used to go to was like outside, so it used to be hard to get there, right? But anyway, one of my boys like, yo, Matt, need you to get out here. Need to meet up with you. We got some stuff going on. Boom, boom, boom. Like, it was an issue. I was like, all right, I'm out. So right after school, went down to Providence, right? I'm there, and I had practice at 3:30, right? So now it's like 3:15, right? And I'm helping my boy. He's going through some stuff with his family. We're moving stuff out. We're getting him in a new place. He's all good. Boom, I clear him out. I go to practice, right? So here I am. I was just doing something that's like a higher nature. I was helping my brother, you know what I mean? That was my man, like a homie. Like, why wouldn't I help him? Why wouldn't I put him on? Right? So I go help him out. Bang, I get to practice. My coach is making me run, right? He's making me run because I'm late, right? But he never took the time to ask me why I was late. He never took the time to understand why I was off, why I wasn't at the practice at the time I was supposed to be. Thank you so much. Thank you. Have a beautiful day. So that's how life works, right? That's how life works. You've been in those positions before, right? Like, I was with this being, right? One time, we were trying to date, and I was like, yo, I fuck with you heavy, right? But we were busy. Like, I'm a busy person. They're a busy person. Oh, what's up, Spock? They're a busy person. I'm a busy person, right? So when I'm relating to them and I'm trying to understand who they are, I'm like, yo, okay, here's this. You're busy. I'm busy. All right, so why don't we just make one call a day? Right? You don't gotta text me. It's okay. Just call me one time a day. Check in. Let me know you're good. That's all I need. Let me know at the end of the night you get home safe, because I'm really, I gotta make sure my lady's home safe. Tell me when you get home, and that's it. I'm okay with the rest. But that was like, oh, that person took it a different way. They said, oh, now I got a mandatory call you one time a day. I said, no, you don't got a mandatory call me one time a day. I just want you to call and check in when you're busy. At least give me one call. But the person wasn't willing to listen to that, right? But it's the fact that they got caught up, right? They triggered into the old thing, right? But no matter how much my intention was pure within me, their inability to keep taking steps to understand me didn't matter. It doesn't matter, right? That's why other people's perspective of you, when they're negative, you gotta think about that, right? You gotta think about it. A lot of people like to take others' opinions, right? Because everyone's got an opinion on someone. Everyone's got feelings and thoughts, right? Everyone's got feelings and thoughts. That's okay. But it's on you to tell if that's valid, right? Never allow someone to keep telling you something about yourself that's not you. Because everyone's only seeing you from their perspective, right? So let's be real. If you're with someone, if you're around someone, they got ADHD, right? So you're with them, they got, if you're with someone and they got ADHD, right? And they're bouncing all over the place, but when you're with them, your energy gets like that a little bit, right? How you do? Because they're talking about all these different things, they're moving, they're bouncing, right? What are they gonna tell you? They're gonna tell you you have ADHD, right? You could be able to go home, sit down, and watch Mr. Rogers give a lecture for 6 hours straight, not move from your couch, and you'll be good, right? But if you're around someone who thinks they perceive you a certain way, to them you got ADHD, bro, right? Because when you're with them, that's what they know, so they only can see what they know. Right, that's why it comes tough. Like for me, right, I come up to people and people want to talk to me about shit. They're like, yo, you got that long beard, right? Yo, peep that. Hey, you got that long beard, right? Your hair is crazy. You got that dread in the front. What are you, a hippie? What are you, a Rasta? What are you? Bro, I didn't even say anything yet most of the time, right? Or, man, you're earthy crunchy, huh? You're a vegan? Oh, you're a vegan, so you must be earthy. What does that mean? You gotta remember, these are all perspectives. These are grouping mechanisms, right? Understand the human brain. The human brain has to group. It's part of its mechanism, right? That's why you got to check where your mind's at. That's why all is mental, right? Because depending on what my mind is looking for, I'm going to group people certain ways, right? Because people call me terrorist, right? People call me terrorist all the time, right? That was one of the biggest things I dealt with my whole life, right? Osama, terror, all these thoughts, right? Those are scared people. Any person who will come up and call me a terrorist before they hear one word or know my story is a scared person, right? Because that means that on their day-to-day, every person that looks like me, they think is gonna harm them. That's a sick person, right? So hurt people only hurt people, right? Because they're hurt. That's scary. That's okay, but you gotta understand, right? It's all about love out here. But that's why this consciousness thing is tough, right? Consciousness is tough. It's not for fools, and it's not for weak of heart, right? Because it's all about the level of understanding. There's a level of understanding, because that's why you have sympathetic neurons, right? Okay, let's talk about the brain real fast. Again, we talked about this before, but I'll bring in sympathetic neurons, right? Sympathetic neurons allow you to feel what someone is telling you. So when I tell you a story and I tell you about me getting belittled or called a terrorist, and like no matter what, if you've had any moment like that in your life, you could feel it. It hits you. You can resonate, right? So now you have sympathetic neurons. Think about what the things are around you right now that you're sympathizing with. What type of people are you sympathizing with? What kind of frame of minds do you sympathize with? But there's the illusion of separation, right? All is one, right? All is everything, right? So this person's still a fragment of you in some sense. That's what meditation's for. Let's keep going, right? What's the intent of your meditation, right? Is your intention of your meditation built on sympathizing with the hurts that you've gone through in your life and figuring out how they're part of you? Or do you spend your time in meditation removing yourself and separating from those things? Because if you think about it, those are two different ways to deal with this problem, but both of them harp on two different ideology bases that we get most of our spirituality from. right? Because you have a detachment-based spirituality notion, right? Where you see a lot of people fucking that shit up hard, right? We live in a society where people don't know how to attach to anything, not even healthy, but they will grasp detachment because it's escapism, right? If I live detached from everything, technically I'm escaping accountability for my reality. You can't do that. You can't do that. Life is healthy attachments, in a sense. You can't tell me any different, right? Life is about healthy attachments. Detachments only come when something views and proves itself to be unhealthy. But to live detached from reality, now you're not even experiencing reality, right? Because in order to experience something, you have to embody it. You have to be alive in it. You have to live within something to experience, right? That's why you were given your senses, right? You were given senses in reality, right? Because it's an experiential realm. This is an experiential plane of thought. I can't speak on other realms. I can speak on dream realm, right? You got the dream realm where there's all kinds of things, but you're in the earth plane, right? This is experiential plane, right? This is where I take my thought and I can actually touch my thoughts, right? You ever like bake a cake and you created all the goddamn ingredients for that cake, you sat down and you came up with that. You literally are touching and eating your mind. Does that like, do you understand that? Do we get that? Do we get that out here? Like, that's some real shit. You ate your mind. But everything in this reality is your reality. Everything in this life is your life. But that's how we gotta take advantage. You gotta take control of your mind. Take control of your perception. Take control of your perspective. Take control of what you attach to, right? Take control with what you sympathize with, right? Because sympathizing and being sympathetic to something, or empathetic, right, just shows that you understand, right? I feel like that's one of the affirmations that we sleep on, right? I understand. Right? Because a lot of us, again, in a flawed paradigm of spirituality, hold on to the sense of not knowing anything, right? Because we take clips. We don't think about these clips, right? So it says, we have the clip that says that the one who knows nothing truly understands he has all. Like, the one who grasps and knows that he truly knows nothing knows all things. Because no thing is still a thing. That's why. Because there's no such thing as no thing. If we know in this reality, there's no such thing as no thing. But because in order to grasp nothing, you have to grasp something. Because just like you say, I don't know, you still know something. Right? That's the only reason why you could say that you don't know. Because you know some things, but you're just not confident in it. Right? So in this reality, there's truths here. Right? Don't let anyone tell you that. Don't let anyone knock you off your truth and tell you that there's no such thing as truth. There's fucking truth. Because there's structure, there's order. So there's gotta be truth, there's gotta be truths, right? Because the universe, singular verse, right? Or just verse. What's a verse? A verse is a truth. So a universe is a singular truth, right? So we all live inside of a singular truth. Do you understand what that means? When someone says you are your own universe, what does that mean? You are your own truth, because your life is an expression of your truth, right? However, the problem that we run into, right? The problem we run into is that we've been removed from source truths, right? It's like we got taken off the Wi-Fi for a bit, right? So damn, now I'm off the Wi-Fi. So now that I'm disconnected from the Wi-Fi, right? And someone bought me a TV, right? I got disconnected from the Wi-Fi. Someone bought me a goddamn TV, and now I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna understand myself through Judge Joe Brown and Judge Judy, and it's not gonna happen. Or Ronald McDonald. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. These things aren't gonna be able to give us this truth that we need, right? Truth only comes when you dive into self. What does it mean to dive into self? It's to start to understand what self is. All right, let's go deep. Self is not just your feelings. I'm gonna say this again. Your self is not just your feelings or your opinions and views on things. So when people tell you, a lot of times they say, yo, I know myself. They're always saying, I know myself, but from the perspective of, I know what I feel about things, I know my opinion about things, all that, right? That is not knowing yourself. That's knowing how you feel. Understand? Differences. Because self is encompassing of all things. Self is encompassing of all things. Self is encompassing of the body's systems, the organs, organelles, your cells, right? C-E-L-L, self, right? Every single thing, that's what compromises self. So when I say I have knowledge of self, then that means I know my body, its systems, all that. I know self because once I know that, I know how my body, the systems and all that are connected to nature and are connected to all things. I know how I'm just a reverse tree, right? Because I have arms and legs, those are limbs, right? But you see, dreads are like roots. That's why they call your hair, you have roots in your hair, right? Your roots. Think about these things, right? Knowledge itself, perspective, how you're being viewed, how you're being grouped. No. It's beautiful. Life is beautiful, man. I'm out here taking a walk. It's a beautiful day. I want to thank you guys for stopping in. Life is amazing, man. Treat every day like that. Be grateful, man. The sun's back, yo. Welcome back, yo. We're back to Aries, right? Sun's back in Aries, yo. We're back. Came back. The equinox is here, right? How are you going to spring forward into life? What are you springing into in this season, right? Think about it. What are you springing into during this time? What are you using this new energy, this cardinal fire? What's this cardinal fire moving towards right now? Right now, visualize it and embody it. What are you moving your cardinal fire for today? I love you all because I love myself. Have a beautiful day. I am light, I am love, I am truth, I am justice, I am understanding. I am everything, I am nothing. I am you. I am me. I am all. I am I. Peace.